I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today, or tomorrow, or yesterday. I am in the middle of my project right now, and I've already dropped the flesh shark white pipe there, looking beautiful on the floor. And now I am going after the other side, and this is for good reason because I happen to notice. I'm gonna have to stick you guys down in the hole here. There was a ground wire that was in the wrong spot. Let me see if I can actually get you guys a good view. It's really tight area. Okay, so that is the ground wire that was not put on right a long time ago. So that ground wire went over the gasket, and yeah, I don't think that ground wire is supposed to be there, blocking part of the exhaust manifold and doing all kinds of weird things to the actual exhaust. So that's where it was supposed to be ran over, and then it actually clips in to the body right there. That is exactly where that's supposed to actually clip into, because that's the end. That's down that way. That's all nice and wet with oil like the rest of the area that was exposed. So I went ahead and dropped that out because one, the basket in the inside of the actual test pipe, one has one doesn't. So I wanted to even that out. So here is my header already down and out, and like I showed you before, that basket's empty. So I want that one on the other side to be empty, but meanwhile I took down the whole header because I didn't do the actual other header exhaust, and lo and behold, there is another exhaust leak right there. So I did the passenger side there, or bank one, but I didn't do the other one, which is why I have that other gasket there. So you can see all the carbon leaking out of cylinder 2, I believe it was, with the firing order. So the first one up here, obviously, towards the front of the motor, and then you can actually see right there, across here is where that ground strap was actually laid across there. You can kind of see the difference in the reflection there. So that was not in the right spot, and this one was okay. Nothing that I could really tell from that one, but those two definitely having issues that may cause an issue, because I wanted to show you where that was actually laying at now. But it's one of those ground straps that actually are mesh, always, you know, rotting out real extra early. That is supposed to be over here connected to that, and it's not. So let me see if I can pull that. That is really stuck. Pinched in between. Yeah, not good. So that was definitely supposed to be right there. Oh, focus. All right, so that was supposed to be right there and hooked up to that, but that got pinched the wrong way, and now glad my hand is dirty. All right, so now I have to figure that out, and I'm gonna clean that gasket up, put the or actually take the other old gasket off, clean the surface, put the new gasket on, and put that back together. Meanwhile, like I said, the other one actually has the internal guts. I'll show you here. Thankfully, these are still not leaking, even though, I mean, I've taken them off once or twice now. Still good gaskets. This one has just a little bit right there. I'll tighten that up. Just a little bit of a seepage, but not a lot at all. I just don't like that, so I'll try and tighten that one up on the, I think that was on the driver's side. That's a little bit loose there, so I'll try and remember to do that. Always good to take your gaskets apart to always inspect them before you put them back together. Should be using a new one. Anyway, down in here, this one, I'm gonna go ahead and work that one out as much as I can after I get the actual other header back together and cleaned up and all that good jazz. And then I'm gonna take this innards out so then it matches the other side, so then I don't have to worry about this being any kind of, you know, restrictor or making any kind of change whatsoever compared to the other side over there. So hopefully these lovely O2 sensors that aren't a problem for anybody whatsoever will finally read correctly and evenly, I guess I should say, to see how this goes. But I did want to clean up the exhaust a little bit before before I give a full review, because I got a lot less tapping after I shaved that down some, but I think I still just have a hair more to go. So glad that this is down once more, and I will clean this up again, make sure that that isn't hitting anything once again and nothing to actually be vibrating up against. Take this out, and then I can actually give a full review on the actual Flowshark Y pipe without any kind of rattling in there. So I think the sound is really good, and I think it sounds pretty darn good. I really do. I'm not really a fan of Tomei just because of the volume that comes out of those things are insane, and I still want to be able to, you know, somewhat daily drive my car without having a headache. So let me go after cleaning up the driver's side gasket as I was talking about, and all that good jazz, and getting it all buttoned up and running all that stuff. I was also missing a stud to one on the driver's side, so that was making it easier for it to actually leak. So I need to find one stud to put into the motor for that driver's side and clean it up and blah blah blah. So I think you know the game plan: clean up, rip out, smash back together a little bit better, and just making sure that this thing has nothing to hit up against or whatever. So it may be my aftermarket pipes that are throwing it off or something, I don't know, but I just want to get that out there so then you can kind of hear it exactly how it's actually flowing out, because I feel like it's improved. So let me go after this and see how that goes. All right, fans blowing in the background, sorry, but the header is all back on. All bolts are completely tight, which I was able to do all from the top side. I didn't even have to go to the bottom side to get any of those bolts tightened up. But regardless, here we are with the actual gasket. You can see that clear leak right there, the partial leak right there, and the no leak right there. Flip it over, and not a lot going on there towards the block. It was just pretty much from the header to from the gasket to the header, I guess you should say, a leak in between there. And prepping for the installation of the Y pipe. Oh, I got that basket out. That whole little screen inside there, that piece, that is now gone, as well as all that right there, because I don't even know what the hell that is besides like baffling or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was on the inside of there. There's a hell of a lot less rattle. There's a small bit of a rattle. I'll demonstrate here. So just a tiny bit of a rattle, but I don't hear anything hitting that thing right there. So I don't think that this shield whatsoever is any part of the rattle. If there is any part of the rattle left, I'm gonna guess it's from that being in between there and too damn close to each other. That should be the only rattle left, if there is one, but I cleaned up the surface for where the mating is for right here, because of that gasket wasn't looking 100%. It wasn't looking bad, but it wasn't looking brand spanking new. So as you can see, I pretty much cleaned it up to where it should be perfectly flat and good to keep that nice and, you know, not leaking exhaust fumes anywhere. As well as that one that I cleaned up as well, just to make sure that that was nice and flush, because that one was the one with the gasket with a little bit of just seepage out of it. But regardless, clean that up and clean that up. Got the basket out and looking a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and put this white pipe back together and go for a test drive, because now I honestly think that I can get some sound clips together to actually kind of showcase this Splash Arc Y pipe and maybe the difference between that and a stock, even though I don't have many sound clips of the stock Y pipe versus this Y pipe, but I do have a few, so I'll try and slam those together so you can get some kind of a difference in there. But I'm gonna have fun putting this back together and seeing if, once again, maybe with that header gasket being out of it, that it might actually be the issue. But let's pray for power here. But so hopefully this is a mark in the right direction, which I don't think it's a mark in the wrong direction for sure. So go from there, and I will see what those graphs and short-term fuel trim is looking like